Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to review what I consider to be the best mousepads in the world, Artisan Mousepads. Artisan Mousepads are made in Japan. They have key features that make a lot of casual gamers, reviewers and even pro players say that they are the best ones in the market. In this video I will be talking about what those features are, give you my opinions on them, and then I will be comparing 3 different mousepads from Artisan. The Artisan Zero, the Artisan Hien and the Artisan Hayate Otsu. Firstly, I will be talking about features that are present in any Artisan pad. I will be using the Artisan Zero to show these universal features that you find in every Artisan mousepad, and then I will individually talk about their unique features. The first thing that I want to talk about is the packaging. Usually common mousepads come rolled up. In some cases that can affect the pad, depending on the time it spends packaged. Artisan ships their mousepads in a flat box. This way, by the time your pad reaches you and you open it, it will be completely flat. It will never be fold or show signs of wear before you take it out of the box. In the box, we can see information about the pad. This is just, for example, my Artisan Hien. You can take a closer look at the back of the box. It has some information regarding the mousepad handling. You can even save this box if one day you want to store the mousepad, or for example you want to travel. I recommend, if you buy an Artisan mousepad, don't throw away this box. It's a good box to keep your mousepad. Artisan have 2 categories of mousepads, the Classic series and the Ninja FX series. The only difference between them is that the Ninja FX series have stitching around the pads, and the Classic series doesn't have the stitching. I recommend always going for the Ninja FX series because of the stitching feature. Talking about the stitching, the quality is amazing in Artisan mousepads. Not only has a perfect outline all around the pad, it has a game changer feature. I don't know if you can see that, but the stitching is placed below the surface area. Imagine that you are in a clutch situation and you gotta hit a wide flick shot, for example, like this. If you go outside the surface area, you will not feel a bump from the stitching because it sits below the surface. It feels like the stitching doesn't exist, and that's something that I appreciate when using an Artisan mousepad. Most of the Artisan mousepads come in small, medium, large and extra large. The XL variant is always the size that I choose when buying an Artisan mousepad. There is an upcoming size that we might see in the near future. It's the XXL variant. It will be 50 centimeters by 49 centimeters. Now let's get into the base. Traditional mousepads usually come with a rubber base. In some cases, it lacks sticking properties and the mousepad ends up moving sometimes. Artisan mousepads use a base called Japanese poron. From what I know, it is an expensive material. It does an amazing job sticking to the desk. Sometimes when I lift an Artisan pad, I can hear the sound of it peeling from the desk. It sounds like I'm peeling a sticker. It's not something that happens instantly. You need to have the pad in the same position for a day or two to stick completely and hear the peeling sound. Take a closer look at the Japanese poron material. There are 3 different base variants in Artisan mousepads. You have the mid, the soft and the extra soft variant. The mid variant is the thinnest. It has a faster and stable glide. It has no plushiness to it. It feels like a hard pad, for example a glass pad. If you apply pressure into a mid Artisan pad, it will have no plushiness at all. The extra soft variant is the thickest. It has more stopping power, because if you apply pressure into an extra soft Artisan, the mousepad skates will sink into the pad, creating a slower glide with more precision. This can be a good thing if it happens on purpose, but if you unconsciously apply this pressure in a tense situation, for example a clutch, if you use dot skates, you can feel them scraping on the mousepad because they have a small surface area. Complete sets of skates, like I have on my GPX2, are a better option to use with an extra soft Artisan mousepad. Lastly, let's talk about the soft variant. It is the most balanced because it's something in between the mid and the extra soft variant. The skates on the soft variant sink just a little bit. It has some plushiness to it, but not as much as the extra soft variant. I recommend, if you cannot decide your base variant, just go with the soft. Now let's talk specifically about these 3 different Artisan mousepads. Let's start with the Artisan Zero. The things that vary between different Artisan mousepads are the texture, of course, and the colors. The Artisan Zero is considered to be a control pad. Control pads are amazing to play tech FPS shooters, for example Counter-Strike or Valorant. They have a slower glide and have more control to it. The Zero has a muted, soft texture. It has a slow glide speed and it's tuned for point-click aiming and tech FPS shooters. My Artisan Zero is in the extra soft variant. It's in the orange colorway. On the Artisan Zero you can choose between a black variant or this orange variant. Now let's talk about the Artisan Hien. The Artisan Hien is considered to be a hybrid pad, so it's not a control slow pad and it's not a speed pad, and that's why it's called an hybrid pad. In my opinion, the Hien is more to the speed side. It has a hard, rough and grainy texture. If you touch the mousepad with your wrist or forearm, you will definitely feel a scrape. For me, it's completely okay. I don't have any skin problems using the Artisan Hien. Some people might have. If you get irritated quickly, I don't recommend this pad. It has a sharp start and fast glide speed. It's tuned for versatility because it's an hybrid pad. If you play games like Overwatch or, for example, Apex Legends, this Artisan Hien is perfect. I have the Hien in the soft base variant and in the red color option. You can choose between black and red. Lastly, I want to talk about the Artisan Hayate Otsu. This was my first Artisan mousepad. It's something like the Hien. It's an hybrid pad, so it's not that slow and it's not that fast. It has a grainy texture as well, but this time it's kind of muted. It's not that hard. You don't feel that much of a scrape in your skin like you feel on the Hien. It has a fast glide speed. In my opinion, it's just a bit slower than the Artisan Hien. You can play any FPS game with it, but I recommend using the Artisan Hayate Otsu for games like Overwatch or Apex Legends. The Hayate Otsu has this zigzag pattern on the weave. I think it looks really cool. My Hayate Otsu is in the soft base variant. It's in the black colorway, as you can see. You can choose between black and red. Lastly, I want to talk about the price. Artisan are one of the most expensive cloth pads in the market. I got all my Artisan pads from the official Artisan website. You can get them, for example, in Max Gaming, and I'm sure in the United States you have retailers there. My recommendation for people in Europe is, if Max Gaming has stock on their website, just get your Artisan mousepads from Max Gaming. If you have no stock, I recommend buying on the official website. Keep in mind that if you buy Artisan mousepads on the official website, you not only have to pay the price of the mousepad, you have to pay DHL tax import because the mousepad comes from Japan. Every time that I order it from the official website, I pay DHL between 25 and 30 euros for import tax. At the end, it gets really expensive, but that's the price you pay for the best mousepads in the world. There are two more Artisan mousepads that I would like to try. They have the Artisan Raiden, that is a speed pad, and they have the Artisan Shidenkai V2. Let me know in the comments if you guys would like to see a review of those speed pads from Artisan. I know there are more pads from Artisan coming in the future, as well as the new size and hopefully new color options. If you're still watching and enjoyed the review, please leave a like on the video. If you're into peripherals like mice, mousepads, keyboards, I recommend subscribing my channel. Soon I will bring more interesting content like this, so stay tuned. I want to thank everyone that supported my channel on my previous reviews. I'll see you in the next one.